lavish lifestyle of America's first son, Barron Trump, is a stunning display of richness, extravagance, and unthinkable wealth, with a family fortune that equals the GDP of tiny nations. Barron's life is an endless display of extravagance and luxury, complete with private jet flights, opulent homes, and special access to the most prestigious events in the world. Come along as we explore the incredible world of Barron Trump, where the young Trump heir lives his life according to his wildest wishes. Born on March 20th, 2006, in New York City, Barron's life was a fairy tale come true. With half-siblings ages ahead of him, ranging from 13 to 28 years, Barron was the baby prince of the family and was effectively raised as an only child. Donald Trump, Barron's father, who has a net worth of $7.5 billion, is a well-known real estate mogul and television personality who gained fame through his business ventures and his reality TV show, The Apprentice. Melania Trump, his mother, was also a beautiful model who became First Lady. Together, they provided Barron with an unrepentantly extravagant lifestyle. Barron spent his formative years at the opulent Trump Tower in the center of Manhattan. Barron grew up against the backdrop of this famous skyscraper on Fifth Avenue. Barron got a whole floor of the high-rise to himself, unlike most kids. Imagine having your own playground and a whole level of a skyscraper. Every need was satisfied, and every fantasy was attainable in this unbridled life of luxury. He was able to freely pursue his interests and pastimes because of his lavish lifestyle. Barron also had access to special experiences that most kids could only imagine, thanks to the wealth and power of the Trump family. At their Mar-a-Lago home in Palm Beach, Florida, he spent time with his father. The expansive property, also known as the Winter White House, has opulent features like private beaches, swimming pools, and a golf course. In this opulent environment, Barron and his father delighted in dining together, playing golf, and spending time as a family. According to predictions, Barron Trump would have a staggering fortune of $60 million by 2024. And the greatest part? That's more money than most people see in their lifetime. He earned it without having to do anything. His family's wealth and astute investments are the main causes. Barron's trust fund, which is like a treasure box full of wealth, should not be overlooked. It is full of opulent homes, such as a 30-acre estate in Bedminster, New Jersey, and a 10,000-square-foot mansion in Palm Beach, Florida. His father's Mar-a-Lago resort is situated on the same property as this Florida house. The estimated value of the property is approximately $11 million. However, some media sources have put it at an astounding $250 million. His 30-acre Bedminster estate is valued at approximately $19 million at the same time. There is a swimming pool, a golf course, and a 7,000-square-foot home on the site. Additionally, Barron holds stock in some of the most popular IT firms in the world. His investments include Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan Chase, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, Apple, Meta Platforms, Tesla, United Health Group, Home Depot, and Visa. With 25% of his trust fund, that's like having a finger in every pie, and we mean a very profitable pie. Barron's fortune will increase more quickly than anyone could have predicted, thanks to his investments in these stocks. Speaking of Barron Trump's lavish lifestyle, his early years are a story of extravagance and luxury that most people can only imagine. Being a wealthy heir, Melania Trump, who has always been a loving mother, actively participated in Barron's early education. She thought it was crucial to be there and actively involved in her son's upbringing. Melania has expressed her desire to become a full-time mother and support him through all of his academic endeavors, from algebra to ABCs. She didn't leave anything to chance since she was committed to giving Barron the finest start in life. She so taught him all the fundamentals while homeschooling him herself. Languages, including French, Czech, Slovenian, and very likely a few others that we are unaware of. With the help of his mother and grandmother, Barron learned to speak Slovenian as a child. Melania claims that he adored eating Slovenian food prepared by his late grandmother, Amalia Kanavs, and that he grew up loving it. He demonstrated his skills early on by learning French as well. In all facets of their everyday life, Melania demonstrated her commitment to her son's education. But as Barron grew older, attending a real school became a must. Barron's early schooling was equally remarkable, since his mother made sure he had access to the best possibilities and tools. Barron attended Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School, a prestigious institution on Manhattan's Upper West Side, prior to relocating to the White House. This prestigious university is well known for its demanding academic program and focus on fostering creativity. He brought his entire class on a field trip to Washington, D.C. during his last year. What a fun class excursion. Picture 80 children, educators, and even Secret Service personnel boarding buses and traveling around the country's capital. They must have created some treasured moments. Barron then went to St. Andrews in Maryland, where the annual tuition was an outrageous $50,000. Whoa, that's a lot of money. For the Trumps, however, this was a little cost in exchange for Barron's excellent education. Despite the exceptional events in his childhood, St. Andrews gave Barron a feeling of normalcy. Living in one of the most famous homes in the world allowed him to focus on his schoolwork, meet friends, and take part in school activities. But in 2021, when his family left the White House, he transferred to Oxbridge Academy in Florida, which was slightly less expensive, but still pricey at $38,000 annually. Barron just graduated from high school, so it's obvious that the Trump family will continue to place a great value on his education. Additionally, it is realistic to assume that Barron would have little trouble getting into a prominent institution, given Oxbridge Academy's stellar reputation for having an annual 100% college admission rate, with half of its graduates enrolling in a top 50 liberal arts college or a top 100 university in the United States. The family was exposed to a new degree after Donald Trump was elected President of the United States in 2016. The private home theater, where he could enjoy the newest films in comfort and style, was one of his favorite places. With its luxurious seats and cutting-edge sound system, the theater gave Barron a unique film experience. It was a spot where he could unwind and take some time off from the spotlight. The pool was one of Barron's other favorite places. Barron could relax and have some free time at the White House pool, which was a favorite spot for many first families. He could escape the stresses of his everyday existence there, whether he was swimming laps or just relaxing by the pool. The pool area was a center of activity and leisure, since it gave Barron a place to hang out with his loved ones. Another distinctive element that gave Barron and his pals unending fun was the White House bowling alley. The White House's basement served as the alley where Barron might have fun and engage in friendly competition. Being the president's son, Barron was always escorted by Secret Service officers who made sure he was secure. His special status was symbolized by this degree of protection, which was also necessary. Barron was able to live his life without worrying about security threats and roam about freely as a result. It's interesting to note that even after his father departed the White House in 2021, Barron still benefited from the protection of the U.S. Secret Service. Due to a federal regulation that stipulates that he was entitled to such protection, Barron, who was nearly 15 at the time, enjoyed the luxury of these excellent security guards until he turned 16. In contrast, his parents will be employed by these covert operatives for the rest of their lives. Barron, who was just 10 years old, stood out in a navy blue suit, white button-down shirt, and navy blue silk tie. His fondness for formal wear was demonstrated by his well-groomed hair and polished appearance, which set the tone for his future fashion choices. Barron was frequently spotted at formal gatherings during his father's presidency, always wearing elegant clothing that mirrored his family's opulent way of life. Barron's attire always conveys class, whether he's going to state banquets or traveling with his parents on business. His taste for timeless, classic items, like well-fitting suits and immaculate dress shirts, further demonstrated his sophisticated sense of fashion. Barron's $10,000 black suit from the White House State Dinner, honoring French President Emmanuel Macron in 2018, is another noteworthy ensemble. Barron's wardrobe is obviously a mix of high-end and affordable brands, and he has often been reported to wear suits and ties by designers like Ralph Lauren and Brooks Brothers. Barron's sense of style, nevertheless, extends beyond business attire. Additionally, he has been seen wearing more relaxed attire that yet manages to turn heads. Barron has been spotted sporting comfy sneakers, shorts, and cotton t-shirts for casual public engagements and family vacations. Even though these ensembles are casual, they are always chosen with care to capture his own style. During a 2019 family vacation, one particularly memorable casual ensemble was worn. Barron came off Air Force One sporting a bright red blazer, white shirt, beige New Balance sneakers, and khaki slacks as the Trumps returned from the Trump-owned Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. His puffy red coat contrasted with his parents' more subdued colors, demonstrating Barron's willingness to try new looks and add a splash of color. Barron's family's way of life has also shaped his evolving sense of style. Barron's style preferences have continued to change as he's gotten older. Barron will surely continue to live the opulent lifestyle to which he has become accustomed when he enters adulthood. His life is evidence of the Trump family's wealth and privilege, from expensive mansions to fashionable clothing. However, this luxury also entails the unavoidable public scrutiny, which has only increased since he reached adulthood. How do you feel about Barron Trump's extravagant way of living? Please share your opinions in the comments section.